Welcome back. This is Mike Neff once again riding shotgun here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. We have a special treat for you this weekend. You know, we've been doing a lot of talking this year about the national championship hunt and the fact that our own Lee Pulliam is right up there in the mix. He's been leading since the drop of the green flag on the season, but unfortunately for him and fortunately for our new guest, he is now in the second place spot because we are joined on the phone by Trevor Huddleston out of California, who took over the National Points Championship lead by 10 points this past week. How you doing today, Trevor?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on. It's a beautiful day out here in California, and boy, it's cool to hear you say that we're in the #1 spot. Lee's a great competitor, so man, it's an awesome feeling.
We appreciate you taking the time to jump on the phone with us today. So we'll start off with just a little background. I don't know that our audience is predominantly in the East, and you're obviously way out there on the West Coast. Give us a little intro into you as a driver. I know you just recently turned 21. Happy birthday for that. But how long have you been running late models out there on the West Coast?
Yeah, definitely. I started racing when I was about 12 years old in Bandoleros. And when I started moving up through the ranks, and I started racing in a series called the Sportsman's S2, which is basically a series that's predominant to a couple of tracks out here. And it really helped me develop my skills into, like you said, the late models, which have been running for the past like 3 or 4 years now. And we've been very fortunate. You know, we've won 2 California State Championships as well as Riverdale Championships and championships amongst other tracks. And, you know, this year we've been really, really working hard, and my team at High Point Racing's been giving me great cars. And like you said, I mean, this is a year for the books for us. We've raced as much as we could. The series out here, there's not many tracks, as you know, so we're having to go with the same car to 3 tracks in each week, you know, so we're having a pretty good year so far. Hopefully it keeps up.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. I know I've seen that you've been running predominantly Irwindale and Kern County, but you also got some races in at Tucson. How long of a road trip is it from California to Tucson, Arizona?
That's a pretty big one. It's about, I'd say, 9 hours, and then in a car, and then sometimes I ride in our rig, and it takes about 13 to 14 hours. So it's a trek for sure.
I hear you on that. Now, looking at the points as they are now, you and Lee have both gone over 18 races. I believe both of you have 18 top 5s. So we're getting to that point now where we're nickel and diamond points. I know you've got 13 wins. How many of those 13 wins were against full fields?
You know, yeah, like you said, I wish they were all like full-point wins, but I would say we probably have about 10, maybe 11 full-point wins. So we have pretty good car count down here, but, you know, every so often, after following week after a couple of wrecks, we lose some cars. So we're going to Kern this weekend, and I think we'll have a pretty good field. Maybe we can get some more full-point wins.
I am a little curious about Kern. That looks like a really cool complex. They have both a dirt and an asphalt oval there, right?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's a really, really fast track. I mean, we're topping speeds well over 120, and it's really a really good racetrack because, you know, it helps build drivers who are in these smaller ranks progress into like tracks that like the Nationwide, the trucks, and the Cup run, because it's like a 5/8 track, high bank, so it's really good development track.
Very cool. Now, we just got done this week watching the trucks running around on dirt up there at Eldora. Do you ever have any aspirations of jumping onto the dirt instead of the asphalt?
Oh yeah, my grandpa, Orrin Prosser, he was an old dirt racer, and he always told me how his dirt experience helped him progress on the asphalt. So I definitely work my dad to help me sometimes to get a dirt ride. We'll see one of these days, maybe he'll give me the shot.
That would be pretty awesome. So we basically have a head-to-head, like I mentioned, with you and Lee Pulliam. Have you paid attention in the past to the success that Lee's had in the past few years of racking up 3 national championships?
Oh yeah, Lee Pulliam's definitely been somebody who I've aspired to be one day. He definitely has dominated the late model series, and so this year we're trying to beat him, but man, he's a tough competitor, so it's going to take all we have, because this is the first year we actually are going to run over 20 races. We generally only run about 20, and it's hard to drop races. So this year we're going to try to run as many as we can. And like you said, Lee's a great competitor, and I know he's going to run as many as he can. So we got to see. Like, it's going to come down to the end, I believe.
I agree with that. Now, I know you said you've been a state champion a couple different times. Have you ever had the chance to go to the annual banquet and meet up with Lee?
Shoot, that's my favorite part of the year, man. I love that banquet. It's a real professional job. The NASCAR does a fabulous job. We get all sorts of neat trophies and everything. So yeah, definitely something we look forward to. I met Lee 2 years ago at the banquet when it was 2 years ago, I believe he won his third one. And I was thinking one day when I was watching him do his speech, I was like, man, maybe one day I'll be up there giving my own speech. So hopefully that year's this year.
Well, you might have to practice that up in the very near future. One more question for you. If the opportunity presented itself, would you be interested in flying out here and running head-to-head with Lee at Myrtle Beach Speedway?
Oh, in a heartbeat. You know, I've watched Myrtle Beach Speedway on YouTube, and I've watched videos of Lee and all sorts of things, and that track just looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, it looks like a true racer's track, you know, and I've always wanted to fly out there and see if I can compete against him.
Well, we'll see if we can get one of our car owners out here to put an extra one together and arrange to have that happen before the point cutoff at the end of the year. We appreciate you taking the time for us this week, Trevor. Hope to talk to you again in the very near future and see how this comes out when we get down into September as to who comes out on top in points.
Definitely. Thanks for having me on. This is a great experience. I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you, Trevor. When we come back, we're going to have a little bit more Riding Shotgun.